What's up, YouTube, and welcome to Travel Adventures with Eric B. I'm Eric B, and today we're going to talk about excuses that people use to not travel, and I'm going to give you reasons why you should travel. So if you're new here to this channel, my name is Eric B, and on this channel we talk travel of all kinds. I do travel blogs, I do travel advice. Also on this channel you will see travel vlog day videos, and most of my travel is solo. If you're interested in doing solo traveling, check me out. Let's go. The first excuse that people use to not travel is, I can't afford to travel. Now, I'm not going to argue with what anyone can and can't afford. Growing up, I don't think there's anyone watching this video that grew up any poorer than I did, so I understand that very well. Sometimes you're in a situation where you absolutely cannot travel. But one thing that I've learned from my travels is, if you are someone who literally can't afford to travel, no matter where you live in America or around the world, there's lots of beauty around to see. You can just go get in a car, if you have a car, and go drive around. You can travel your local area and you will learn so much just for traveling your local area. Piggybacking off of the first one, that I can't afford to travel. Travel is only for rich people. Poor people like me can't travel. Let me tell you something. There's so many things you can do to make yourself be able to travel. You know, set yourself a travel budget. If you care about travel and travel means something to you, have a budget for traveling. Not only have a budget for it, but also, you know, do credit card. If you're responsible, do credit card points. Get involved in every different hotel loyalty program so that you can save your points, so that you can do things to make travel more affordable. Now, travel's never going to be free. I don't care what anyone tells you. You may get a free trip through a credit card, but eventually you're going to end up paying. But at the end of the day, there's so many things that you can do to make travel more affordable. So if you're someone who is working and you're working hard out there every day, but you say, I can't travel, then you can travel. The next excuse that people make to not travel is work. I can't take off work. I can't go and do this. Well, guess what? I don't know what job you're working at, but maybe you should get a job that allows you to travel. Maybe you want to see the U.S. Go apply to be a truck driver, go to driving school and be a truck driver, and make sure you go get a route that's going to take you all around the country. So there's many jobs out there that are all about travel. So that's not an excuse, you know, and most full-time jobs you're going to get multiple weeks vacation. So you definitely can't travel. Don't let work be an excuse for you to not travel. That is definitely not an excuse, and I'm going to debunk that right now. The next excuse that people make for not traveling is, I have kids. Well, I see a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of families on YouTube, and they aren't rich people either, and they bring their kids with them. What a great cultural experience for your kids, so your kids can grow up and say, hey, I've been to all of these states, I've been to all of these countries, I've done all of these things growing up. Your kids will be a lot closer to you at that point from the shared experiences, so trust me. You need to get out, bring your kids with you, find ways to travel for cheaper. There are definitely ways you can travel with your kids, so don't use that excuse that, hey, I have a kid, I have a family, I can't travel. That's not a viable excuse. You can travel even if you have kids and a family. Another excuse that people will use for not traveling is, I'll get homesick. Trust me. When you're out there experiencing great things and growing as a person and getting your independence, especially if you're traveling solo, you're going to get your independence and grow as a person. But regardless of how you travel, I promise you, you're not going to get homesick. I mean, I don't want to speak for every individual person because I know some people are introverts and whatnot, but put yourself out there, you know, and let yourself grow. And if you put yourself out there, I promise you, you will grow as a person. You just got to put yourself out there. Another excuse that people use to not travel, and this is more so about traveling abroad, traveling to different countries. They use the excuse of, I don't speak that language. I don't speak Icelandic. I don't speak Czech. Most countries around the world, the de facto language is English, especially in Europe. Now, if you go into Asia and you go into Africa and certain countries, the de facto language is not English, but English is pretty much the de facto language of tourism. So you're going to find someone that speaks English, or you can get around just pointing and just going around pointing. And there's Google Translates out there, so use Google Translate. There is not an excuse for, I don't know the language, because you can travel not knowing a lick of the language, but it is smart to learn a couple words in a different language. So if you go into a different country, learn how to say hello, learn how to say thank you, learn how to say bye, and that's all you need to learn. And I don't want to be in unfamiliar territory. Well, you know, the truth is, travel is all about being in unfamiliar territory. It's all about the experience. It's all about getting out there in a different culture and growing as a person by seeing how other people live, experiencing how other people live, experiencing their food and culture, so that you're not going to sit back and say, oh, well, I don't like this food. This isn't what I like. You know, a lot of people don't want to get out of their comfort zone, and that's the real reason they don't want to get out of their comfort zone. But travel is all about getting out of your comfort zone. Travel is the best way to get you out of your comfort zone and help you to grow as a man or a woman. Another excuse people use is, especially when it comes to traveling abroad, is that it's a hassle to get a passport or a visa. It's not a hassle. In fact, you should already have one. That's something you should do when you turn 18 years old. Whether you're going to actually travel with it or not, you should have it just in case. So when you turn 18, you should go out there and you should get you a visa. So, well, get you a passport at least. I say a visa, but not that many countries require visas. More so a passport. Get you a passport so that you are travel ready. The next excuse that people use to not travel is, I'm too old to travel. Well, guess what? You're not too old to travel. I'm 40, and a lot of people think at that age, I'll never stay in a hostel. Hostels for youth and all of that kind of stuff. I've stayed in many hostels, and guess what? I've never been the oldest person in the hostel. So, you know, no matter how old you are, you could be a lot older than me at 40, you could be 60. You're never too old to travel. Get out there and see things. Don't use that as an excuse. Get out there and see the world. I don't care if you're 40, I don't care if you're 60, 80, 100, I don't care if you're 237 years old. Get out there and see the world and experience things. Trust me on that, it's worth it. Don't use that excuse. Another excuse that people make to not travel is, they say that travel's not safe. Now, I don't know if you're traveling within the U.S. or you're traveling out of the country, wherever you're traveling to. Well, you got to look at it like this. To be honest with you, most countries you're going to travel to, it's probably going to be safer than where you live in the U.S., to be quite honest with you. So if you're worried about safety, you got to take the same regular everyday precautions that you take in your own neighborhood. You know, watch your back, watch out for people. You know, don't stay out too late at night, walk in packs. If you're walking by yourself, make sure you keep your head on a swivel, make sure you're paying attention. You know, the regular things that you should be doing every day in your neighborhood, that's what you should be doing when you're traveling. So don't think that travel is not safe, because I promise you, it's probably going to be safer than staying right here in your neighborhood. And the very last excuse I'm going to hit you with that people don't want to travel is, now is not a good time. Guess what, guy? Guess what, lady? Now is the perfect time. Now is the right time. It's the only time. So what I say is, you know, you go find a date on the calendar. I'm going to go here. You know, pick that date out, book that flight, book that cruise, whatever you're going to book, book it. And then when it comes around the time, that's going to be the perfect time. So now is the perfect time. So let's get it done. And that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I ask that you please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell notification so you can know when I have more material coming out in the future. Help us to continue to grow as a travel community. And as always, remember, live today, grow today, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Peace. And travel. Lots and lots of travel. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe, and leave any comments below. I love to interact. Help us to continue to grow as a travel community.